Hello, everyone. Today, I would like to present our work, ChemSub, a computer-aided tool for chemical substitution. This work focuses on one important challenge in chemical engineering and product development: how to identify safer and more sustainable chemical alternatives in a systematic way. To address this problem, we developed ChemSub, which integrates chemical properties, hazardous effects, regulatory information, and substitution analysis into a unified framework. In this presentation, I will first introduce the overall framework and database structure of ChemSub, followed by several application examples. Before discussing the ChemSub system itself, I would first like to briefly introduce the motivation behind this work and the challenges associated with chemical substitution problems. Chemical substitution has become increasingly important in many chemical engineering applications. In industry, engineers are often required to replace hazardous or restricted chemicals while still maintaining product performance and process requirements. However, this task is not straightforward because the required information is usually scattered across many different databases, regulations, and literature sources. To address this challenge, we developed ChemSub, which stands for Computer-Aided Tool for Chemical Substitution. ChemSub is designed to support chemical analysis and substitution for chemical products as well as chemical processes. The system can identify hazardous or unsafe chemicals, generate possible alternatives, and evaluate substitution candidates based on multiple criteria, including properties, hazardous effects, and regulatory considerations. In addition, the system is designed to support a wide range of applications, including solvents, refrigerants, additives, and formulation-related problems, such as dangerous chemical-based products. Before moving on, I'd like to highlight an important message. Today's solutions may well be tomorrow's problems, and an apparently successful venture may end up in regrettable substitution. This highlights the importance of evaluating potential substitutes comprehensively before they are adopted. This slide shows the overall framework of ChemSub. Step 1. The workflow begins with defining the substitution or analysis problem in terms of product or process requirements. At this stage, information related to applications, specifications, and target chemicals is collected from the various in-house databases. Step 2. The system performs problem analysis using algorithm 1, where the target chemicals are evaluated based on properties, hazardous effects, and regulatory information such as banned chemicals, POP-related restrictions, or toxicity. Step 3. After the problem has been analyzed, and if problems with chemicals are identified, ChemSub proceeds to identify possible alternatives through algorithm 2. This can be done either through database search using known substitutes or through CAMD-based generation of new candidate molecules, generate and test method. Step 4. The generated candidates that match the desired criteria and constraints are listed as feasible candidates. Finally, the feasible candidates are evaluated through product process analysis, considering factors such as sustainability, safety, life cycle indicators, and economic aspects. The final output is presented as a structured report to support decision-making. Here, I would like to introduce the structure of the ChemSub database library. The library includes 5 interconnected databases. Database 1 contains basic information and specifications of chemicals, including chemical uses and chemical types. Database 2 contains property data and is linked to ProCape for property estimation. The database includes primary properties, environmental properties, secondary properties, and functional properties, covering around 65 different property categories. Database 3 contains hazardous effect information, including physical, environmental, health, and other hazard classifications. Database 4 contains regulatory-related information, including banned chemicals and persistent organic pollutants, or POPs. In addition, Database 5 contains specialized datasets for specific chemical groups, such as refrigerants, solvents, C-fats, ionic liquids, aroma chemicals, and amino acids. By integrating all of these databases into a unified framework, ChemSub currently contains data for nearly 1 million chemicals. Note that very few open-access free databases have all the data integrated into one library, as in ChemSub. The search, retrieval, and use of the data for problem solution is now easy, consistent, and very efficient. This slide shows the main interface of ChemSub, which consists of several integrated toolboxes, each designed for specific purposes. Starting from the top row on the left-hand side, the first toolbox is the modeling toolbox, which is used for creating property models and storing them in a model library. The second toolbox is the data search and retrieval toolbox, which is used for collecting and use of problem-specific data. This toolbox allows users to quickly retrieve and analyze chemical properties, hazardous effects, and regulatory-related information. The third toolbox is the Chemical Substitution toolbox, which is used to analyze chemicals used in products and processes and to support chemical substitution workflow. In the bottom row, the property estimation toolboxes are used for predicting the properties of pure compounds, mixtures, and other chemical systems when experimental data is not available. Finally, the refrigerant cycle simulation toolbox is used to analyze the performance of pure and mixed refrigerants in refrigeration systems. In future, this toolbox will contain a library of problem-specific toolboxes, such as solvent substitution, dangerous formulations, and many more. Next, I would like to present several case studies to demonstrate how ChemSub can support practical chemical substitution problems. The first case study involves mosquito repellent, where substitution of the active ingredient is considered. In this example, DEET and picaridin are compared because both are widely used as active ingredients in mosquito repellent products. The objective of this analysis is to evaluate both performance-related properties and hazardous effects in order to identify a safer active ingredient. The objective of DEET or picaridin is to keep the mosquitoes away. As shown in the table, the two compounds have very different physico-chemical characteristics, although some differences can be observed in boiling point, vapor pressure, and density. However, property comparison alone is not sufficient for substitution analysis. Therefore, hazardous effects must also be considered, which will be shown in the next slide. Note that even though both active ingredients are liquid, they are not soluble in water and therefore need solvents and other additives for the liquid formulated product that can be sprayed on the surface. To perform the hazard analysis, open ChemSub and select the Chemical Substitution toolbox. Click Create Product Process and enter the product name. In this example, the product is named Case Study 1, Mosquito Repellent Substitution. Next, click Add, Delete Chemical to add the chemicals used in the product. Chemicals can be searched by chemical name, molecular formula, or CAS number. In this demonstration, search by chemical name, beginning with DEET. ChemSub automatically retrieves the available information associated with the selected chemical. Select DEET and click Add. Repeat the same procedure for picaridin, also known as icaridin. After all required chemicals have been added, click Confirm. The selected chemicals are now displayed in the product composition table. Finally, click Analyze to perform the hazard analysis. The hazard analysis results are displayed in the ChemSub interface. The software allows users to analyze and compare hazardous classifications across different categories, including health and environmental hazards. Users can retrieve detailed hazard information and systematically compare different chemicals within the same platform. The hazard comparison indicates that DEET is associated with multiple health and environmental hazards, whereas picaridin exhibits significantly fewer hazardous effects. Therefore, picaridin appears to be a safer alternative while still maintaining comparable repellent functionality. This example demonstrates how ChemSub can support systematic substitution analysis by integrating both property and hazard information. More details on the final formulation with DEET and picaridin can be retrieved from the ChemSub library of solved problems. The second case study involves refrigerant analysis and substitution. A commonly used refrigerant is R410A, which is a mixture of R32 and R125. Both compounds show similar thermodynamic properties and are widely used in refrigeration systems. However, refrigerant selection is not based only on thermodynamic performance. Environmental impact, particularly global warming potential, or GWP, has become an important consideration in sustainable refrigerant selection. As shown in the table, R125 has a significantly higher GWP compared to R32, which raises environmental concerns despite its favorable performance characteristics. Therefore, in addition to property analysis, hazardous effects and safety considerations must also be evaluated. To save time, the previously saved case is opened. Simply click Analyze to view the hazard analysis results. This shows the hazard analysis for refrigerant evaluation in ChemSub. The software allows users to retrieve and compare hazardous classifications associated with refrigerants, including physical and health-related hazards. This type of analysis is important because refrigerant selection often involves balancing thermodynamic performance, environmental impact, and safety considerations. This slide compares the hazardous effects of R32, R125, and propane. R32 shows several health-related and physical hazards, including respiratory irritation, flammability, and gas under pressure. R125 has fewer hazard classifications in this comparison, but it has a much higher global warming potential. Propane is included as a possible alternative because it has very low GWP. However, propane is highly flammable, so it cannot be selected based only on environmental performance. This shows that refrigerant substitution requires both hazard screening and environmental evaluation. This slide summarizes the main trade-offs among the refrigerant candidates. R125 is less problematic in terms of flammability, but its GWP is very high. R32 has lower GWP compared to R125, but it still has some health and physical hazard concerns. Propane and 2,3,3,3 tetrafluoroprop-1-ene have the strongest environmental advantage because of their very low GWP, but because propane is highly flammability, it could be mixed with 2,3,3,3 tetrafluoroprop-1-ene to form a low-boiling azeotrope and reduce flammability concerns. Note that the best substitute cannot be selected from one criterion alone. ChemSub helps organize these different criteria and supports a more systematic refrigerant substitution decision. Propane needs to be combined with a non-flammable and non-hazardous chemical to find a replacement for R410A. Alternatives can be found in the ChemSub Solved Problem Library. The third case study involves the replacement of dichloromethane, a solvent that is widely used in extraction, cleaning, and chemical processing applications. Although dichloromethane provides excellent solvent performance and high volatility, its hazardous effects and increasing regulatory concerns motivate the search for safer alternatives. In this study, a solvent replacement problem was defined based on a set of desired property and safety criteria. The candidate solvent should have an appropriate molecular weight, boiling point, and melting point, while also satisfying requirements related to solubility, toxicity, and environmental performance. In addition, hazard screening was included to evaluate health, environmental, and physical hazards associated with each candidate. Using these criteria, ProCamd was employed to generate and screen potential solvent candidates for further evaluation. An example of a solvent-aided reaction separation process is shown in the figure. The solvent must be inert to the reaction mixture. create two liquid phases, extract the products, but not water or reactants. Based on the specified design criteria, ProChem generated a number of feasible solvent candidates. Among these candidates, 1. Hexanol was selected for further evaluation and compared with dichloromethane. The table shows several properties of both compounds. While 1. Hexanol has a higher boiling point and lower vapor pressure than dichloromethane, it still satisfies the target design criteria and therefore remains a viable candidate for substitution. However, the important solubility-related properties are similar. This means both can serve to dissolve similar solutes. However, property matching alone is not sufficient. A detailed hazard assessment is also required before a final substitution decision can be made. To save time, the previously saved case is opened. Simply click Analyze to view the hazard analysis results. This shows the hazard analysis used for solvent substitution analysis by ChemSub. The software enables systematic comparison of hazardous classifications associated with both the original solvent and the candidate substitute. This allows users to evaluate safety-related concerns together with property-based analysis during solvent replacement studies. While both can serve as solvents, dichloroimethane is easier to remove because of its low boiling point. On the other hand, as it is also listed as hazardous, it is classified as volatile organic chemical and likely banned from many industrial use. The comparison indicates that dichloromethane is associated with multiple health and environmental hazards. In contrast, 1. Hexanol exhibits significantly fewer hazardous effects in this comparison. However, it should also be noted that 1. Hexanol is classified as a flammable liquid, meaning that flammability must still be considered during substitution analysis. This example demonstrates that ChemSub can support solvent replacement by balancing performance requirements together with safety and regulatory considerations. More details for this problem can be obtained from the ChemSub Solved Problem Library. Although the presentation highlighted results from 3 selected case studies, many more problems related to substitution and analysis have been solved through ChemSub. Some of them are listed in this slide. And this is the end of the presentation. Thank you for your attention.